I only have a few minutes, William.
Hey, that's funny. For a second there, you reminded me of my brother Ben.
You never heard from him again, huh? Since that time?
Didn't Linda tell you? A couple of weeks ago, we got a letter from his wife in Africa. He died. There's just one opportunity I had with that man. If I'd gone with him to Alaska that time, everything would have been... Ben! I've waited for you for so long. What's the answer? How'd you do it?
There's a story in that.
Where's Dad? You followed him, didn't you? How'd you get started?
Well, I don't know how much you remember.
Well, I was just a baby, of course, when you left, only 3 or 4 years old.
3 years and 11 months.
What a memory, Ben.
I have many enterprises, William, and I have never kept books.
I remember I was sitting under a wagon in, was it Nebraska?
South Dakota.
Uh-huh.
And I gave you a bunch of wildflowers.
Oh, sure. I remember you walking away down some open road.
I was going to find Father in Alaska.
Hey, where is he?
At that age, William, I had a very faulty view of geography. I discovered after a few days that I was heading due south. So instead of Alaska, I ended up in Africa.
Africa? You hear, Linda?
Africa?
The Gold Coast.
Principally diamond mines.
Diamond mines?
Yes, my dear, but I only have a few minutes.
No. Boys!
Up!
Hey, listen to this. This is your Uncle Ben, a great man. Tell my boys, Ben.
Why, boys, when I was 17, I walked into the jungle. And when I was 21, I walked out. And by God, I was rich.
You see what I've been talking about? The greatest things can happen.
I have an appointment in Ketchikan Tuesday week.
No, Ben. Please tell about Dad. I want my boys to hear. I want them to know what kind of stock they spring from. All I remember is a man with a big beard. I was in Mama's lap, sitting around an open fire, and there was some kind of high music.
His flute. He played the flute.
Sure, the flute, that's right.
Father was a very great and a very wild-hearted man. We would start in Boston. He'd toss the whole family into the wagon, and then he'd drive the team right across the country, through Ohio and Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, all the western states. And we'd stop in the towns, and he'd sell the flutes that he'd made on the way. Great inventor, Father. With one gadget, he made more in a week than a man like you could make in a lifetime.
That's just the way I'm bringing them up, Ben. Rugged, well-liked, all around. Boys, go right over to where they're putting up that new apartment house and get some sand. We're going to rebuild the entire front stoop right now. You watch this, Ben.
Yes, sir, on the double hat.
Oh, Willie, if they steal any more from that building, the watchman will put the cops on them.
Ben, you should have seen the lumber they brought back last week. At least a dozen 6x10s worth all kinds of money. Oh, I gave him hell, you understand, but I have a couple of fearless characters there.
Fine. Well, now I must be going. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Linda.
Have a nice trip.
And good luck with your... What do you do, William?
Selling.
Yeah. Well, I'll stop by on the way back to Africa.
Oh, can't you stay a few days? You're just what I need, Ben, because I have a fine position here, but Dad left when I was such a baby that I never had a chance to talk to him. And I still feel kind of temporary about myself.
I'll be late from a train.
But Ben, my boys, can't we talk? They go into the jaws of hell for me, but you see,
William, you're being first rate with your boys. Outstanding, manly chaps.
Oh, Ben, that's good to hear. Because, sometimes I'm afraid I'm not teaching them the right kind of... Ben, how should I teach them?
William, when I walked into the jungle, I was 17. When I walked out, I was 21. And by God, I was rich.
Was rich. That's just the spirit I want to imbue them with. To walk into a jungle. I was right. I was right.
Willie, dear, aren't you coming to bed?
I was right.
Did you have something to eat? It's very late. Who was that you were talking to?
Charlie. He must have left. We were playing cards, I guess. I dozed off.
You coming up? Come up to bed.
I'll take a walk.
No, you're in your slippers, Willie.
I was right, I was. What a man. There was a man worth talking to.
But you're in your slippers, Willie.